In today's video, I'm going to break down the top UK cities for property investment for 2026. These locations are selected based on rental demand, affordability, regeneration in the area, and long-term fundamentals. So each city offers a different strategy, but all five that I've picked today stand out in today's current market by far. So let's get into it. Greg Parker here for Parker's Property Sourcing, just coming at you with another video today. And in today's video, I'm going through top UK cities for property investment in 2026. Before we get into my top five that I've handpicked myself, just wanted to say, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This video is going to be, a hot topic, something that if you're a new investor or somebody that's looking just to add to your portfolio, I just give different insights on, cities in the UK that, I think are good investment areas, So today, and the first one I'm starting with is Newcastle. For me, it consistently ranks as one of the strongest cities for property investment. It offers excellent rental yields, strong tenant demand, and attractive entry prices. Probably one of the most, out of the top five that I've got today, the entry price for Newcastle is very, very attractive. It's got a large student population, growing professional workforce, and major regeneration projects. So that supports long-term demand. In Newcastle, this may not be, so I'm going to talk about the average price, but it may not be your average price for a buy-to-let, for example. But, it remains, compared to national averages, a lot more competitive. So average price in Newcastle is 205,000, while rents are high enough to push yields in that area up to 10 to 12%, depending on what part of the city you invest in. And long-term growth has been very strong in Newcastle. Newcastle has seen property values rise by over 30% over the last 10 years. So that's really, really good, giving investors both yield and capital appreciation potential. So that's my number one of areas to invest in the city, Newcastle. Pick number two is Manchester. It remains one of the UK's strongest rental markets. The population growth is always growing. International investments are very, very big at the moment. Lots of people abroad are investing in Manchester. Job creation continues to fuel the demand, which is also a really good factor and a good reason to invest in that area. The city attracts young professionals willing to rent long term. So again, if you're an investor, buy-to-let investor like myself, that's like music to your ears, young professionals wanting to rent long term. Prices are higher than Newcastle, but demand remains exceptionally strong. And the average house in Manchester is 247,000, with typical rents often exceeding £1,200 a month in many postcodes for Manchester. So again, Manchester supports good rental demand and great future capital growth. The number two is Manchester. Pick number three is Birmingham. It benefits from major infrastructure investment and regeneration in the area. HS2 related development and city centre regenerations continue to reshape the Birmingham market. So something to think about. The HS2 is really, really something that's a lot of people are talking about, and it's a way to commute and get around the UK so much quicker and easier. And Birmingham have got that infrastructure there. It's got really strong employment-based supports, consistent rental demand, which is another really good and attractive thing for investors. I would say though, for Birmingham, you must be selective in this area, but the fundamentals still remain pretty solid. So what I mean by that is you need to know your area, know which parts of Birmingham you're going to be investing in, do some research, um, do educate yourself in the area. Average house price sits around 230,000, with typical rents at around £1,000 a month. So again, that this is also making it a strong city for balanced growth and cash flow. Fourth one on my list is Leeds. Leeds has a large financial and legal sector supporting professional tenants. Rental demand is very stable, less volatile in Leeds as well than some of the larger cities. And property prices, like Newcastle, they still remain accessible compared to income levels, which is good. So that will support, balanced yield and long-term growth in the area. The average house price in Leeds is around £245,000, with a monthly rent typically being strong at around £1,200 as well, particularly around the city centre and the student locations. So good yields, good growth as well. Many city centres or near university areas command solid rents too, So the rental is high, and it backs up with good growth over the last 10 years. So Leeds had to be on the list because you do see some really good gems in Leeds at really good entry prices. And last but surely not least, Liverpool. Liverpool is on so many people's lists. When I'm doing my research or looking at different property YouTube channels, and they talk about cities to invest in, Liverpool always comes up. It offers some of the highest yields among the major UK cities. It's got so much regeneration and has transformed parts of their city centre again. So lots of things happening around Liverpool city centre. Strong student and young professional demand underpins the rental market, which is always a good sign. Investors must focus on location quality and tenant demand. A bit like Birmingham, you need to know which areas to invest in Liverpool. You do get some areas that aren't as good as others. So again, that's down to education and making sure that you know your area, know where you're investing. In Liverpool, typical property prices are 185 to 230 range, with tenants strong enough to support yields of the area for up to 10%. So excellent yield and focus for investors. Good monthly cash flow as well. So Liverpool had to be on the list. Another really good location to invest in the UK. So we've come to the end of the video. Just on my final thoughts. And in 2026, successful property investing is about fundamentals. It's not about hype. So I would say you need to really focus on cities with strong employment, population growth, and affordability, because these areas will always outperform the others. My standout area and the surroundings as well is Newcastle. It's a top choice for me. Good return on investment for investors and for myself. Rents are stable and solid, and there's a high rental demand, in places like Newcastle, Durham, Darlington, areas like that. Really, really good, and it's an area that I'm keeping my eye on. But for me, the right city combined with the right deal makes all the difference for you as an investor, So, really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, and to keep it coming with loads of content, hot property topics. So make sure you're subscribed and you keep yourself up to date. I've been Craig Parker. Till next time.